My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we are going to be doing an interview with DM's mom. Now, whether she is alive on this 3D plane or whether she's transitioned, it's still going to hold. It's still going to hold true, and it can also be the person that modeled the feminine energy to them. So it doesn't necessarily have to be in a female body. But for most of you guys, it will be the one that's inhabiting a female body, inhabiting feminine energy. Okay? Alrighty, so let's have a go. So the first thing I'm going to do is get a significator. Oh yeah, I forgot to pull out, yeah, this deck. I'm going to get a significator for her energy towards you. So whilst I'm shuffling, I have a couple announcements. One, I have a live stream on the 3rd of the 3rd, 2022, just in case you watch this at a later date. It's called Heart Beams for World Peace. And basically, we're going to be shining all lights on the world, but particularly on the conflict with Russia and Ukraine, because it has implications for the globe, not just for that region. So we're going to shine that light of peace, of love, and try to bring that toxic masculinity back into balance by showing an Empress energy. Okay, so there is that. So I hope that all of you guys, as much of you as possible, can join me in that live stream. Of course, I'll do some free readings afterwards, but the main thing is to really step into your light worker energy and do what we're here to do, which is to shine that light of love. Okay, so that's at 8 p.m. Eastern time, Thursday, 3rd of the 3rd. The other thing is you can submit your name and your information to be included on my light worker directory at any time. So if you are a psychologist or counselor, trauma counselor, whatever it is, and you're also on this journey, there's a lot of them already there, but please submit your information. You never know who's waiting, who has your vibe that's waiting to connect with you. Root workers, voodoo priests and priestess, magicians, green witch. Once you have some sort of spiritual practice, you have a crystal shop, you do crystal healing, Reiki, whatever it is, once it's spiritually connected, please consider listing on the directory. It is absolutely free. This is me paying my part, right? In supporting the community. It's absolutely free on my website. And if you're looking for anyone, any kind of spiritual person to assist you on your journey, you can also look there as well. Okay, so there's that. And also SRT classes start the week of the 4th of the 4th. So you can get more information on my website and on my community page if you're interested in learning spirit release therapy, whether it's to just clear yourself and your twin ring, or if it's just if you want to turn it into a business and clear others. So there's that. And there's my own personal message. If you have the decks, the Delta Enduring Tarot and the Bone Stone and Earth Flesh Tarot, hit me up. I would love to purchase them. If you want to part with them, I would love to purchase them. I've been searching for those decks for a long time. All right, so her energy towards you. Underneath the deck, we have the nymph. Quite frankly, I think this is how she, and I'm going to say she, okay? We know it could be male in body, whatever. I'm going to say she, right? Because it helps me channel. Otherwise, it just confuses me. This is how she sees you, like some sign of siren wood nymph that has come to, lure your way, lure your masculine away from where he's at. Sees you as some sort of temptress, but also recognize a very natural element in you. And she may also know that you are responsible for the transformation and changes that she might be noticing in your divine masculine. Okay, you might be a bit of an exhibitionist, and she may know that. You might be very emotional, and she knows that. You might be very wise, and she knows that. But she sees the beauty in you. the innocence in you, but also that kind of sultry sort of energy. Okay, so let's get a card here. We have the Pioneer. Beautiful energy. You know what? If there's one person that is supporting your DM right now in his venture to strike out, because that's what I'm hearing. It's like, because that Pioneer, am I coughing just now? I'm going to explain. That Pioneer gives me, that whole westward expansion kind of vibes, expanding your horizons. So if it's one person, the first person that's going to be supporting your DM in either expanding his horizons or moving on from where he's at and just striking out on his own and being his authentic self, and going on this journey of self-discovery, it is going to be this person. She is going to be his first support, if she's not that support already, because she's recognizing that he's going to be doing something different than what everybody else in the family line has done. And it looks like in this family that we are tapping into, people got throat chakra issues. People don't speak their truth. People have a problem being their authentic self. People, everybody kind of falls in line with groupthink. Groupthink, that's what I'm hearing, groupthink. Everybody falls in line with groupthink. Everybody portrays an image or image that's expected for the particular role that they've been asked to play, that they've been casted in this family, in this community. Okay, your person might be the black sheep, who knows, right? But nobody is their authentic self in this family. Nobody speaks their truth. Everybody submits to groupthink and the priorities of the group. So individual health and well-being is not prioritized, at least until now. Okay, that's what I'm getting. So let's pull a couple cards on that Pioneer card and see what's happening. Now, this is our second interview with DM's mom, okay? If you want to look at the other interview, just go in my playlist. Look in the interview folder, and there's loads of interviews. We did DM's father. We did his best friends. All of that. We have 7 of Wands. We have the Empress in reverse. Okay. I get it already. 9 of Wands in reverse. Okay. And we have the 8 of Swords. Okay. So it looks like your DM, your counterpart, they're setting some healthy boundaries. And they're setting some boundaries, and it could be with a karmic energy in their life. And that karmic energy could be with their mom. And the karmic energy could be with an intimate partner. But it is someone who is abusing their power over your DM and try to keep them stuck, try to keep them bound, try to keep them confined. Okay? It looks like a person is breaking out of that. And the first person that's supporting them, even though they may be the karmic energy, is DM's mother, which is a marked deviation from her position the last time we interviewed her. So you can have a look at that. Okay, that's a different position than what we picked up on last time. So let's have a look with how DM's mom is feeling. We'll call she moms, right? Moms. We're gonna look at how moms is feeling. Because that's very popular in my culture. Moms, right? We're gonna look at how mom's feeling. Just being here today. All right, she's feeling optimistic. So whatever is happening, she's approving of it. Now, she's a bit surprised at the turn of events and a bit curious, and I feel curious about you, curious about what's happening. Surprised at maybe the action that her child might be taking, but she's hoping for the best, because deep down inside, she does want her child to be happy. Now, this could also be a mother figure for your person. So not necessarily related by blood, but some kind of mother energy. Could be like a grandmother even. Okay, but it's whoever modeled that energy. So let's see how she's feeling here. We have here confrontational. Oh, We have envious. Oh my. Okay, so there's a lot of emotions. Insecure, isolated, depressed, and frustrated. Good Lord. Where did all that energy? All right, so what I'm getting is, as much as she wants your person to be happy, she's being supportive. She's very concerned with what she's seen here in your person, because I think she's not getting the kind of attention and support that she used to get from your counterpart. I think this mother might have been very controlling, right? And very insecure about your person being on their own, and insecure about them being on their own. I'm really getting like a kind of emotional, incestuous dynamic going on here, okay, where she may have replaced her need for a partner and kind of projected that onto her child, okay. So now that DM is given to himself, she's feeling very much isolated because her life revolved around this particular child or children, feeling kind of depressed because she's kind of on her own for the first time. Even if DM's father is in a relationship with her, I don't think that they had any kind of close connection. Her confidant and her real husband is her child. So all that is happening here, there's a big shift, and she's feeling very frustrated because this is also pushing her out of her comfort zone. Okay, so everybody's out of their comfort zone right now, but she's trying to be supportive right now, but she's very much feeling out of her comfort zone, and a little angry because it's making her face her insecurities and face her wounding that caused her to cast her child into that role in the first place. Okay, so this is a big shift for her as well. So let's go into the tarot. So moms, the last time that we interviewed you, your advice to the DM with regard to DF was to leave DF alone. Do you still hold these same views? She tell him leave she alone. Do you still hold these same views? We have the Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay, let's see. Do you still hold the same views? Let's get 4 cards. We have the Three of Swords in reverse. This is different already. We have the Six of Cups, my God. But it all makes sense though, because even in that interview, we saw that she was only acting out like that because she too experienced heartbreak very early on, and actually DM's father was just a kind of walk-in kind of situation. Yeah, DM's father was not her true love. We have Three of Wands and we have the Knight of Wands. This is very different energy. She's like, no, I don't hold the same views. My views have changed markedly, and I have advised DM to follow his heart. I've told him that if it pleases him and if it's going to heal his heart, that he should leave this third party behind and move towards reconciliation with his true love, with his soulmate. I did tell him though that he should take his time and really focus on heart healing before rushing into any other situation. But he seems bent on reconciliation with you, and I'm going to support him in that. My only advice is that he take things slow. Well, Mom, that sounds like great advice there, especially if he's releasing a third party here and if he's really healing his heart. Nobody wants to be any kind of rebound. So that's very, very wise counsel. May I ask you, why this change of heart? Why this change of heart? Because you were really adamant the last time we interviewed you. Why this change of heart? Nine of Swords. Okay. You see, she really wants what's best for her baby. Nine of Swords. Hermit. A lot of nines. Five of Wands. And the Seven of Swords. She's like, even though he thought he might have been hiding his pain and anxiety from me, I am his mother. I'm his mother. And I knew that he was hurting. And I knew that he was conflicted. And even though he didn't tell me, I knew there was a lot of drama at home. I knew that. I could see him isolating himself. I could see him changing. And I knew that he was in pain. At the end of the day, I just wanted to be self-sufficient, independent, and happy. But this situation has also made me realize that I too was wearing a mask. I too was trying to run from my pain, my depression and anxiety. I've been spending a lot of time going within as well. And there's also been a lot of drama in the external family. But this has to happen for us to come back to a place of peace. There's been a lot of fights. We've had a lot of views exchanged. Some of these fights were physical. But at the end of the day, we realize that this whole family has been living a lie. DM has not been the only person that's been depressed. So even though it kind of exploded in our faces, it's all happening so that all of us will be independent and really learn about self-love. Interesting. Moms, what has DM told you about DF? What has he told you? We have Four of Swords. Guys, I'm really liking this energy today. We have Queen of Cups in reverse. And that's the emotionally manipulative karmic. We have the Two of Wands in reverse. And the World. Well, from what he described, it seems like you are his world. He really worships you. He's really put you on a pedestal. Now, he did tell me that you were very, very stubborn, okay? And you're hard not to crack. But he seemed very passionate about you, and it seemed like his mind was made up. Now, he did tell me that he did want a chance to heal the situation with you, but he knows that he has to take time out to do his own healing. He's been through a really rough time with the karmic. I had no idea that she was so manipulative. I had no idea she was so codependent. I had no idea that she could be so wicked, absolutely wicked. And from what I heard, I am glad that everything is over between them and that he is striking out on his own. I had no idea that she could be like that. She had us fooled. And as far as you know, what is his intentions towards DF? As far as you know, as far as what he's told you. So he wants to heal the situation, but what's his long-term intentions? We have the King of Swords, Aquarius the Diplomat. We have the Page of Cups in reverse. We have Temperance in reverse. And we have the Prince of Swords. Well, as far as he told me, his main focus right now is coming and having a conversation with you. Now, he wanted to rush in and have this conversation, but I told him no. I told him no. I told him now is not the time to reach out and have these emotional exchanges. I told him that he really needs to get himself into a place of stability and balance and not do anything rash. But his main focus right now is to bring truth and clarity to you and to the situation. He thinks that there's a lot of things that were left unsaid, especially when it comes to his emotions, and that caused a lot of misunderstandings and upheaval in your relationship. So he wants to fix that. Okay. And what about his planned actions towards the F? Within a month of you talking to us here, what's his planned actions as far as you know? What's his planned actions? We have the King of Pentacles. I say Pentacles. Well, maybe he does have plenty to give now. We have the King of Pentacles, Taurus. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. And we have the Strength card in reverse. Okay, so you can expect him to be more consistent in your relationship, because that's what he wants to be. He wants to be consistent. He wants to be a provider. He wants to be stable. But there's a situation with the karmic that he needs to sort out first. Now, there's been a lot of gossip and lies that the karmic has been telling about him. Okay, and he's really had to restrain himself from reacting. But you can expect him to be more consistent in the relationship, but he's not going to be able to go all in right now because of this karmic situation that's still closing at this time. Okay, thank you for that. All right, so moms, right now, what would be your advice for DF at this time? With regard to this whole situation, what would be your advice? Because you have a lot more information than DF does. Okay, you kind of have a more holistic view. What would be your advice for DF right now? We have 7 of Wands, stand your ground. We have Judgment. We have 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so DM is going through a breakdown in the family right now, and it looks like, and he's going through this big breakup. Now, he is going to return because his intention is to collaborate with you. But in the meantime, stand up for what you believe in and be your most authentic self, because this really inspires him. And in fact, this is what triggered his awakening. So continue to develop, continue to evolve, and see the situation from a higher perspective, because you are doing your work for the collective over on your side, but he has work that he needs to do for the collective on this side of the fence. So know that he has his soul mission over here to do and complete. So you just focus on yourself, your development, and your healing. Okay? And let's see what Spirit has to say about all of this that was just shared. Now, guys, this is going to have an extended. We're going to ask her about what's happening in the karmic situation, how she's viewing the karmic, what has DM told about the karmic, that kind of thing. So it's going to be more focused on the karmic situation and the situation in the family. So if you want to go into that, it's going to be in the extended. But for now, what is Spirit's advice? So we have between wills. So Spirit's saying, both of you guys are still in the energies of transformation. We have the never-ending story, and we have yin. All right, so what is Spirit saying? Spirit saying this whole thing ain't done. It's never done between you and your person. Okay, it's never done. Okay, all you have to do now, you don't have to take any action, Spirit is saying. All you have to do is be receptive to Spirit and just hold that energy of the Empress, which is exactly what we're going to be doing on Thursday. So you have to embody the energy of the Empress and also the energy of the High Priestess. Trust your own intuition at this time. Trust your own intuition. And you're going to be getting a lot of messages from Spirit. You're going to be receiving from the universe. Know that this story that DM is going through, it's not over, and it's not over between you and DM right now. It is just a matter of time. It's about time. It's about time and alignment. Okay. So if you want DM's mom's dibs on the karmic situation, we're going to do that in the extended. But for now, Spirit is saying you just focus on being the high priestess and the empress, basically. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm grateful for just all your love and outpouring of support all the time. You know, I just have the most lovely subscribers, and I thank Spirit for that, you know. So thank you for everything that you do for this channel. If you're able to join me in extended, do so. If you have the Delta Enduring Tarot and the boat and the Bone Stone and Earth Flesh, reach out to me. I'll be interested in purchasing it. But for now, take care. Bye.